So without any further ado, please put your hands together, make it loud for your featured poet, Tommy Gaffney.
Hey, y'all. Cheers if you got them, for sure. Thank you so much to Joe and the Saints behind the bar and Covert and everyone else here in the building. Thank y'all so much. Let's start off with a poem called Barflies Make Terrible Houseflies. Took Amber home from a pub around the corner, and she didn't leave for 3 weeks. The only awkward moments were the sober moments, biding our time with excuse me and after yous, like strangers checking our lottery numbers. She'd do and redo the dishes and hum to herself until I went out to score sandwiches and beer with checks from an account that didn't exist anymore. Then we'd drink in the kitchen or wherever the box fell open until we felt like talking. And when we talked about nothing much but our drinking. I told her about nearly drowning crossing Nolan Lake, a bottle of Makers tucked in my jeans, and a pack of smokes held high in my left hand so they wouldn't get wet. I just want to see if the world looked any better from the other side, I told her. She told me about her son and visitation rights and court orders and how she doesn't drink in front of him anymore. But you can't be a mom all the time, right? She said. We did our prettiest talking once the slurs set in. Thank you. Southern Gentleman. This is a Kentucky poem. My Southern gentleman opens doors for old folks and says howdy to strangers and walks with the traffic closest to him just in case and puffs out his chest to protect the belle's honor and only stares at the bartender's ass when it's his beer she's fetching. My Southern gentleman chops down photo albums into little paper dolls to make himself feel pretty again, but my Southern gentleman, he ain't very good at judging distance. A foot is an acre, a mile is a year, and yesterday is clean across the country. My Southern gentleman says it's hard to plow through scorched earth. The blades break, the engine bogs down, the plans wither. My Southern gentleman is as lost as he's ever been, scribbling notes to himself to tie a string around his finger to remember to forget any ties that define. My Southern gentleman plays a good stick and drinks a mean bottle and tips more than he should on payday and always checks the wind before he pisses in a bush. My Southern gentleman tells no lies, he tells stories. My Southern gentleman says parts of this boozing don't feel right, that his metaphors don't work like they used to, that maybe he's ventured too far from the roost this time. My Southern gentleman, he ain't very good at judging distance. A foot is an acre, a mile is a year. Thank you. Last one from this book. Then I got some announcements of my own, Benjamin. Sorry to steal your announcement thunder. Soil is a dirty word. This is a Henry County, Kentucky poem. Sometimes bulls are castrated using rubber bands. They meander around eating while the cinch tightens until finally the scrotum rots and falls off. Scrotums litter the South, and if you're not careful, you'll step on one and track balls into the house. Thank you. It's my greatest piece. I feel like it's my greatest piece. So that was from Whiskey Days. It's back yonder. They're for sale, for sure. But I'm happy to announce it's the first place I'm announcing it, but I did get picked up for a new collection coming in the spring of 2027. That's crazy to say, 2027. The name of the book is Whippets on the Greyhound, and the publisher is Whiskey Tit Press out of Connecticut. So it seems like a pretty good fit, I feel like. More to come. I'm working with an artist right now for another set of broadsides that went over well. I work with Christopher Luna with his collage work on the last one, and that seemed really cool. So got another artist that I'm teaming up with, I hope. So these are poems in the next collection. The Roxy. This is a West Side Portland poem. Me and the girls, the Matador, and our thrift store best, clubbing down on Vaseline Alley, only I can't bring myself to call it Vaseline Alley, so I say down by the Roxy, and everyone knows where I mean. Me and the girls in the Matador, the bartenders and the barbacks and the Tuesday night cooks, out for an evening of dancing in peace. I'm no danger to anyone's sensibilities. The girls of the Matador were better equipped to protect me than me protect them, like Alice and Kristen back before Alice split town. The pretty one's boyfriend showed up unannounced and loud and loaded and insulted one of the dancers and was getting his ass beat just down by the Roxy. 3 queens in thongs and pumps and wigs at one point dropped somewhere between the stage and this sidewalk, raining down blow after beautiful blow, arms swinging in perfect arcs, an arc flash made organic like exploding transformers, while sailors, fresh from the boat Canadian sailors, young and fresh and fucking Canadian, scurried past. Their uniforms spattered red with the neon glow of yet another mad night down by the Roxy. A crowd gathered chanting more, more, and I did too. We'd buy the pretty one's boyfriend a sandwich later, me and the girls of the Matador, an ultra freaking Mondo bird with extra bacon, and a rail lined neatly across the bathroom sink, depending on who was working the grill. Thank you. I live in St. John, so this is a North Portland poem. This end of Smith Street. They put old Ralph on hospice, but he didn't take it lying down. Still sat in that porch swing, smoking his goddamn Winstons and drinking the best martinis in all of North Portland, or at least St. John's, or at least this end of Smith Street. There's all manner of God in his fears, but old Ralph got a tonic or a seltzer for every one of them fuckers. He got a rosary hanging from his shower head, a soap on a rope for his dirty old soul. He got dream catchers and menorahs. He got pixie dust and a sugar bowl on the counter for his morning coffee and whiskey. His 20s were his bluest, though his 30s and 40s and 50s weren't much better. His 60s and kiss his ass too. Old Ralph spent his entire life in that dreamless house, trying to find funny things to smoke and cursing the elasticity of love, or whatever it's called when those you choose to love choose to leave. Old Ralph had 2 whores in there at the same time. Only he never called them whores, he called them strays, as he was fascinated with the freedom of strays and how even with all that space to roam, they'd always end up in snares. He'd give them a place to heal for the night or for the month, fuck free. While he sat on that porch swing, smoking his goddamn Winstons and chasing off every boogeyman that came a-calling. Old Ralph's yard looked like a swap meet, but he kept it all to himself. All them car parts and dishwashers and piles of intentions that never found ground steady enough to walk more than a few feet at a time. Baby steps. Sometimes in the summer, he left endowments at the back door for my little girls. Plastic castles and shit like that. Always pink. Always streaked by a washcloth trying its best despite shaky hands. Yesterday, old Ralph reared up and opened his bedroom window to set his soul astray. The music of his freedom was Nat King Cole and Burl Ives. Christmas carols bounced against that warm August evening like ice cubes against glass. There was a grotto in his chest where he kept his silver and gold. We're all born free, some say. Others say we ain't nothing but water heaters. Ralph's not a bad man. He's not a good man either. He's just gone. And so are the best martinis in all North Portland, or at least St. John's, or at least this end of Smith Street. Just a couple more extremely long ones. Sorry, man. This is my favorite piece I think I've written in a long time, actually. It's Bone Saws, written for a guy I used to work with at a tissue and organ donation facility in southeast Portland. Bone Saws. He went by Matty Rue, like the gravy starter. Used his own needle to stamp the new name across his knuckles. 5 letters crammed stage right, 4 stage left. A practice in blocking. Matty Rue wore his sideburns thick as bone saws. His boots and belt flushed in black undertones. The pork pie hat always matched his selvage denim, but never his blouses. He was the sponge triangle for foundation. Gravity would smooth it all out in the end. Then he'd go light on the blush. No cheek is a perfect palette of equal shades. With mascara and lip gloss, there were never plans, only silent interrogations on spirituality with Mr. Z when the time came. He believed in the beauty of angels on earth, but never life after death. Matty Rue was a mortician during the day. The doctor of noise, the crooner of death he thought on but never said aloud. His favorite instrument was the smoke machine. His second favorite was the Les Paul original he kept in the attic, where he would work on his clawhammer essays and his washroom poetry and his Dead War ballads. Matty Rue had a camera up there too. He liked to share videos of himself playing songs, not all of them, but some. Thank you, I'm Matty Rue, he'd end each session with. Vintage vinyl 45s dangle from the ceiling and thrift store urns clustered in one corner. Feeders hung just outside the window. Hummingbirds inspired him more than all the other birds combined. Slurp Johnnies, he called them, and they were his favorite audience. Above the door to his attic, he tacked a Kentucky mezuzah, a horseshoe, for good luck. Only he wasn't from Kentucky and didn't know he had it upside down and was thumping out all the charm that fights off evil. His was the music of the Delta, a sad distilled haze still trilling since the Big Bang. He powered through iron bars with an aqua language and licks born beneath a Lenten moon. Thank you, I'm Matty Rue. Matty Rue would have loved fentanyl. Matty Rue loved all the other stuff and was not afraid of skin tears or burn scars. Nothing means anything, he wrote in his last ever song. Something else about brain monsoons and disco rice and looking for quarters under a moving train and trying to rub diamonds smooth. I'm meant for darker places. He had used a sponge triangle for foundation, almost as a favor to the next guy. Gravity would smooth it all out in the end. The camera kept rolling as he stepped away to nod off for the last time. Thank you, I'm Matty Rue, he whispered. For Matty, thank you. I'll do one more. I'm getting sweaty. I'll just do one more. Real quick, though, I do have books in the back. Please see me afterwards. We're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll do a signing for 5 to 11 minutes. I haven't decided. We'll figure it out, I reckon. Yeah. Again, thanks to everyone who's been here. Oh, I do have stickers for free in the back. I've seen them. And feel free. I'm on social media. I got a website. Feel free to send me pictures where you post them. I got stickers on urinals from here to New Orleans. It's fucking wonderful, you know. Thank you so much. So yeah, I didn't quite create the art tonight, but my poetry definitely dances about the past. I need 20 years generally before anything in my life makes sense to write about. But I'm trying to write the kids now, right? Write about the kids. So this is for Ruby and Rosie. It's called A Lot of Moves. Putting together a child's bed calls for a lot of moves. One daughter wants a bunk bed. The other daughter wants a bunk bed too, but the room is too small, so I got them a bed with another bed that rolls out from the other bed. It came in 4 cardboard boxes. I got a new tool with it too, an Allen wrench, and I'll throw it in with the others out in the shed. I own a shed now. It came with the house. I own a house now. One daughter uses sidewalk chalk to tell the world that our house accepts all colors. The other daughter shouts penis because the word makes me uncomfortable. In the shed sometimes, I think on the miles between my stealing Stephen King novels from the DAV thrift store out in Louisville and my paying double for handmade chapbooks out on Burnside, depending on the story. I think on finally reaching the lower tendrils of middle class and how it feels like maybe I don't deserve it. I think on all the compartments I came equipped with, and I think on the moxie of self-doubt and how she runs marathons without ever tiring. One daughter wants all the attention you can spare. The other daughter tells me I notice things too much. I'm too old for freckles, and my cute little button nose that once brought me praise throughout the entire county now looks like the worn handle of a pinball plunger. Some contracts maybe should not have been taken. I've done some weird things for money. One daughter tells me our life together is one of boredom. The other does too, only more colorful, not with words, but sometimes with words. I've gifted my family the melancholy of stability. I own a house now. I've stopped losing jobs now, for now. but I'm a sheep leading lions and can't help but get winded sometimes. One daughter makes me smile, the other makes me laugh. They know, though, I'll be here for them tomorrow and the day after and the day after and all the days after. Thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all outside signing books, and we'll get started in 10 minutes or so. Thank y'all. Thanks, Joe. You're killing it.
All right, we're gonna just take a 10 minute break. Yeah, and so we can interact with Tommy back here or wherever you'd like, actually. And yeah, we'll see you guys in 10. Thank you.